If you only knew how many times I've filmed this intro. What's up, everybody? It's me again, Jacquelyn Portolese. I write and film reviews about cool photography stuff for ShotKit, and I'm also a professional wedding and commercial photographer, just in case you're wondering if I know what I'm talking about a little bit. One of my favorite things to talk about, though, is AI photography software, and recently I got my paws on this really neat AI photo culling program called AfterShoot, and I've been really stoked to tell you guys all about it. AfterShoot, claims that using their program is the fastest and easiest way to automatically select, rate, and find your best photos in a given gallery. They also claim that 9 out of 10 users who try their software never go back to the old way of culling their images again. And as someone who recently found a different culling software that she really likes, I'm kind of like, okay, challenge accepted, AfterShoot, let's see what's up. It works on pretty much every platform ever. It's Windows friendly, Mac friendly, and it even actually works on the new Suite Macs with the M1 chips. And even better, it supports both Lightroom and Capture One. So if you don't use Lightroom and you're a Capture One user or vice versa, it will automatically export into both tools. So we love that. Okay, so this is what AfterShoot looks like when we open the program. All of our little albums that we've already added are going to be in here, and I have already taken the liberty of bringing in Josh and Anna's wedding. We'll be looking at a wedding today because I think that this is going to be the most accurate representation of this program, and it'll show you guys how it can detect group photos and closed eyes and pretty much everything that we want to see from an AI tool. So it will take a little while, maybe a little bit longer than most culling programs take to load in photos, but we don't really mind because we can actually start establishing all of our parameters here. So using the AI side of AfterShoot, we have this panel here with all of these different preferences, and each preference has a different threshold that we can establish based on our personal preference, which is really nice. AfterShoot can detect blurred photos, and it can also detect duplicates, and it will put those in a group. So if we have a few different group photos, let's say with the same exact people in it at the same exact location, it's going to put those into a stack and then choose those group photos based on which one the program thinks is the best. It will take closed eyes, blur, all of that into consideration when making that group. And then it's also going to give us a selection of those. So as you can see here, like 20% of the duplicates or similar images in a set will be chosen. So this will kind of keep our groups of duplicates a little bit to a minimum, and it's not going to show us all this extra mumbo jumbo. We can also select a volume of sneak peek previews, which is kind of cool. So the program also can take like the upper 5% of the best images that it thinks that are in our gallery and kind of make us a little sneak peek suggestion that we could give to our clients so we don't really have to sift through them. And then of course we also have closed eye detection, blur detection, and duplicate detection. Something I want to bring up about closed eye detection is I might actually turn this off if I'm actually culling a wedding, because there's a lot of like looking down and closed eyes and laughter and all that stuff in any kind of photojournalism when you're documenting a bunch of people. And I kind of want to see those. So then it's totally up to your preference. I'm going to leave it on for the sake of this review just so we can see how this works, but I might keep this off in the future if I was actually using this tool. Okay, totally off camera, but I hit that blue start culling button. And so right now it is starting the AI engine, and it's going to go through this entire gallery and start putting things into different buckets. So the buckets in question you can see are under these quick filters. It's going to assign a 5-star rating to the very best photos in this entire gallery. It's also going to take that upper 5th percentile of sneak peeks and put it at a 4-star rating. It's going to take all the duplicates that aren't the very, very best in the bunch and put that in their own area. It's going to put all the blurred photos in its own area, and so on and so forth. Now that we're done culling, we can check out what AfterShoot has given us and do a little bit of manual reviewing. I think that reviewing everything manually is very important when we're using AI software, because as good as it is as a starting point, it's still very important that we use our human eye to make sure that we're not missing any very precious moments that may have gotten put into one of these buckets by accident. Looks like it selected about 691 images for us to put it a 5-star rating. These are the ones that AfterShoot feels are the very best in the bunch based on whether or not they are in focus, if people's eyes are closed, if it is a duplicate that is a little bit lesser than another. It's going to put this all in the 5-star bucket. Every so often, you're going to see a little number in the top left corner of your thumbnail, and that is an indicator that this photo is part of a group of duplicates. So we can double click on this to expand and see all of the other images that are in that group. This is very helpful because the program does not always necessarily choose the best one. This is a really good example because it looks like Anna's dad's eyes are closed in this one. So I might actually go in and mark this one as a 3 instead, because this probably isn't one that I'm going to give to them anyway. This one, everyone seems to be eyes open, smiling. The image is in focus and it's a 5-star already, so we'll leave that. And this is just kind of how we're going to be manually reviewing groups of duplicates in AfterShoot. The other feature that I get really excited about is that it shows you a zoomed in view of every single person's face in the whole photo. This is so killer if you shoot weddings, because the amount of like bridal party photos and family photos that you have to sift through all day and make sure everyone's smiling, no one's going like, and that everyone's eyes are open is just like so bananas. I swear to God, I put so much time into exactly that part of culling. So this is always so helpful. I love this feature so much. This is definitely one of my favorite parts about AfterShoot. We're also probably going to want to go in and just kind of give all of the things in the blurred section a look, just to make sure that we're not missing any moments here. In photojournalism, sometimes blurry moments are absolutely gorgeous. So it's probably a good idea to make sure that anything that's like, this is beautiful, I love this photo. And so I'm probably going to mark this as a 5-star rating just to make sure it gets in with the rest when we do eventually go in and bring it into Lightroom. I'd also probably recommend going through and just giving the closed eyes group just a quick run through and make sure you're not missing any moments that you might really want to deliver. It looks like some of these are considering sunglasses as closed eyes, so that's probably a good one to look out for. Little more on how smart AfterShoot is. There's an entire quick filter devoted to warnings, so I really love this feature. If you hover over these exclamation marks, it will give you a little message about what's up. This one in particular says this image has closed eyes, but it was still selected as it belongs in a duplicate group. So I really love that it's still making sure that the image is seen by us, and it is kind of putting it in those duplicate groups so we can kind of easily manually review them when we're going through our selected pile. Once we've done all of our manual reviewing and all that mumbo jumbo, we can just say save changes down here and it will load, and it is all completed and we're ready to go. We can actually export these right into Lightroom Classic. That is the tool I use. And it's just going to open up Lightroom here and we'll be good to go. Okay, we can talk about price. AfterShoot paid plans actually only start at about $10 a month, which I would say is actually a pretty solid value for all the sweet AI features that they give you. Time is money, and $10 is hardly a bad trade-off for all of the time that I'm going to be saving sifting through duplicates and all of that stuff. AfterShoot is also one of the companies that love their customers enough to offer a free option. So in the free plan, you'll actually still get some of that AI functionality for detecting closed eyes and blurry photos. And you'll even get the key faces thing that shows you everyone's faces in the top right corner, which is going to be ridiculously helpful for saving time when culling group photos. Honestly, paid or not, it's an excellent program. I would recommend it, but you can't beat all those AI features for $10 a month. I mean, really. All right, so what do we think about AfterShoot, you guys? I know that I really love that it's going to set me free from making like a bajillion little decisions while culling my stuff. I feel like it's really saving me from burnout and giving me the mental capacity that I need to focus on things that really matter, like editing thoroughly and delivering my galleries on time. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts or concerns or any comments that you would like to share with the community, please feel free to put it in the comments below. I always like to see what everyone's saying and thinking and whatever. Like and subscribe. What else do people say in the YouTube world? I don't know. I'm new here, but in any case, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!